Welcome to Crawl or No Crawl. This is Carolyn Holzman. Today is December 16th, and this is the indexation research project launched in August 2021, testing how long it takes new content to make it through Google's indexation system, and really what the mechanics are of getting indexed. And as a bonus, sometimes we find that Google doesn't take in new content, and it doesn't seem to matter how you ask. If they close off that serving part of their machine, it really doesn't matter what you do. Now, what you're looking at is a quick summary, which is based on both the research data log I'm going to show you and the server logs that I read every day. And to give you, it really gives you a quick update on the immediate nature of indexation. And the notes down here tell you, within some degree of context, if you're doing a quick glance at it, that even though it's red here, don't panic. In other words, this is not an update. It's just a data point that things are testing on in an irregular fashion. When I say testing on, being served. So here's what you can see here. Now for the today's thing, I have 2 days worth of data for you and a possible discovery. I don't know. Time will tell. So I'm going to go, if you are looking for this page, it's on American Way Media, but you can also Google index detector, and you'll see down here there's all of this, and this is the log. I'm going to show you the actual one that I work in. Sorry. Now, yesterday there was some new content that was findable by, or I should say served, by both the simple and JavaScript keyword. I'll show you that over here, that it was last week's Thursday test. Now, the rollback of last Friday's test, where it was rollback is defined by it was previously served and then becomes not served. Well, now it's back. So it kind of goes in and goes out. And I've also noticed, I'm going to show you this down here, that the 3 days in a row, the sitemaps were being recrawled. And I've seen that in the log there by the Chrome desktop bot, which is the one that doesn't have a Chrome build. I'll talk about that more later. Now, if we go back up here, this is kind of the elephant in the room here. Since Monday, none of the test content has recorded a bot crawl. And I double checked to make sure what's blocking it. I checked see if the API was set up correctly. It is. The logs are showing that Google bots are crawling. And I also ran tests on some other sites that also have a similar setup with an indexing API, and they had bot crawls recorded. So what is it about the test site now that is leading to this non-crawl of test content? And I know there's a chorus out there going, content quality. I know this is a thing to some people. It's not a thing to me, because all my test sites are comprised of literally the lowest quality content. I also have sites where that is not the case, and they too receive a crawl when the request is made. So I have the test site, no bots recorded. I have other test sites, bots recorded, and money sites with bots recorded, mobile bots. So what is it? And then I started looking at the primary crawler for my bot, for the sites. And you can find out what yours is. If you go in Search Console, select the pages in the left-hand column, and just above the graph, there's a designation that tells you your primary crawler. It's either going to be desktop or mobile, or they say smartphone in there. Turns out my test site is a desktop primary crawler. And looking at my other test sites and the money sites, those are all smartphone. So how would I take this further? What would I do? So I started looking in the server logs. And so what did the bots show me? And I will show you. Here we go. So the orange at the top, these are all the desktop builds. And the ones over here are the ones that have Chrome, and you can see a lot of zeros. And then over here is the mobile crawlers. And as you can see, we're really down to kind of one of them. So the trend within the last number of weeks has been for there to be less and less Chrome desktop crawling agents, and to rely on a single mobile Chrome bot. So if I have a site that's set up as a desktop Chrome bot as primary crawler, and I have the indexing API set up that only sends mobile crawling agents, and they aren't sending the regular desktop Chrome bots on the regular to crawl, it looks like that my site's new content just doesn't get crawled, even though I have the API set up. So to quote somebody, we have a potential failure here to communicate. So I took a deeper dive in the desktop Googlebot over here, and that's the one that crawls all the directive files, site maps, robots text, ads files, and I'm definitely seeing that it's crawling those. It's crawling the sitemap as a desktop bot. So for 3 days in a row, there was a read of the sitemap recorded in the console, which is unusual. So I think between multiple data points like this, I think what we're seeing is the transition of the primary crawler from desktop, from it being one or the other, desktop or smartphone, to now only smartphone. Ay, ay, ay. So the implications of this could be slow in coming, but they're kind of going to be pretty devastating, I think, if you have a money site that's set up as a desktop crawler. So if I had a money site that was a desktop crawler only, I'd start taking serious look at my server logs and see if you can find any records of mobile Chrome bots being recorded. Now, this week's Confessions of an SEO is all about the launch of Google's search status dashboard. They published earlier this week, what can it offer, and does it even replace this research? And also a note, the Forensic SEO training enrollment has opened up. It's a live training where I unpack the diagnostic techniques I use to uncover why something is either outranking something else or not performing as well as it should. So if you want to find out, go to forensicseotraining.com. Take a look at it. Seating is limited, but if it makes sense to you, feel free to sign up. I'm also making myself available to participants who bring their head scratchers and show them how to peel apart issues to make positive change. So if that makes sense to you, check it out. It starts January 19th, and seating is limited. Okay, I'm going to keep my eye on these bots, guys. Take care.